go through there.
We already have Moto 1 completed, and we'll take you through the highlights of that one. Bunch of riders banging bars in the first turn, and guess who grabs the whole shot? Yes, indeed. Eli Tomac out front, David. He was on fire.
He was so spectacular in that opening lap. I thought, this kid's going to run away and win this moto by 20 seconds. It's unbelievable.
Meanwhile, the guy we thought would challenge him, Christophe Pourcel, started in fourth, and it took a while to get going. First, he's going to pass Blake Wharton here for third, while Tomac continued to check out. Then Pourcel's going to go after the number 200 of Cole Seeley. First time we've seen Seeley up front in one of the motos this year, and Pourcel's able to overwhelm him.
Man, another rider on the move, Blake Baggett, but watch this. As soon as he lands, the bike dies. He was all the way up to third.
Yeah.
Unbelievable performance from this young rookie, and then he finally got it going again, but well outside the top 20.
Then just like that, all of a sudden, the wheels come off for Tomac. Pourcel's looking over at him saying, come on, let's race, kid. What happened?
I think he sprinted so hard early on that he hit the wall, and hopefully he recovered between motos.
Crazy battle behind that. You had Dean Wilson get around Trey Kennard to get third, and then Kennard, Weimer, Rattray, all just battling right down to the end. That's what makes this 250 class so fun to watch. The competition is deep. Here are the results. Let's see if Tomac has anything left for this second moto, considering how much energy he used in the first 20 minutes of Moto 1, David.
Well, and I don't know. If he gets another start, I don't see any reason why he's not just going to take off and do the same thing he just did. The board is sideways. Pourcel with that inside gate.
Let's go racing.
Good start for Pourcel. Not good enough.
Tomac again grabs the whole shot, but he's got Dean Wilson on his right. Wilson is probably a little bit over the fact that other rookies have been overshadowing him this year. He wants to challenge at 243. And let's have at it. Christophe Pourcel way back, probably about 30th place. And we see Blake Baggett, Jake Weimer also deep in the pack. So things have changed. One thing that hasn't, Tomac up front in Moto 1 and here in Moto 2.
You know, coming right from the amateur scene, the same with Wilson. Okay, look at both these guys up front. They're so used to sprinting, shorter motos. You know, yeah, maybe they fade a little towards the end. I think that's to be expected. These kids will figure that out as time goes on.
It's going to be a good challenge here to see if Wilson can hang with the rider who used to battle as an amateur. This could be. And Blake Wharton, Texan, into the number 3 position.
Really nice fundamentals from Eli. He just showed it through that corner right there. He got into that berm, and if he would have stayed off the power like you normally do when you settle into a berm like that, he would have dabbed his foot and scuffed some speed, but he's here to get on the power real early to keep his balance and stay in the sweet spot of that ride.
Well, I've heard Eli say that Chad Reed is the rider he really looks up to, especially over the fact that Reed never dabs his feet in corners, and his dad, John Tomac, makes him practice figure eights at home to keep those basics. And that paid off right there. That could have been a crash.
Well, his dad spent most of his career clipped in.
He doesn't know how to tap feet.
Maybe they'll eventually hit that with motocross. You never know.
But as good as Tomac looks, he is not able to shake the 108 of the Scotland-born, Canadian-raised Dean Wilson. He's right there shadowing him in the number 2 spot. Let's go down to Aaron Bates, third member of our broadcast team, with a progressive report.
When teams showed up this morning, some of them were carrying in blow-up kiddie pools and large Tupperware storage containers. Some people thought that they were just having fun, but actually teams had a plan for these pools. In between the motos, I checked in between the haulers, and all the pools were blown up, filled with ice water. And as soon as the riders came off the track, they were lounging in ice-cold water, trying to cool down their core body temperature. I got to admit, it was a little bit snug in there. It looked rather inviting, but I don't think there was any room for me.
I would think they would make room. I would just venture to guess.
It feels good to get in that water, but, you know, it can make your hands and feet soft, and then blisters show up. And, yeah, you might be able to get through today with that, but riding next week and getting ready for Mount Morris may be an issue.
Yeah, these guys don't get much time off between the races. They got to ride and train. So, yeah, if you hurt yourself today, you got to take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. That might hurt you the next race. Here's Will Hahn and Tyler Rattray in 4th and 5th.
Better start for Rattray this time, and he's going to get stronger as the race goes on. I would predict. You know, the guy, he looks like he could eat the racetrack. He's so strong. Look at his posture on the bike. Just, let me just bend these bars to my liking.
Rattray, the former GP champ out of South Africa, has not gotten good starts since he came to the U.S., and there is some theorizing that he's a little bit too big for a 250, a little bit too heavy. Not a huge guy to see him walking around, but in this class, guys like Will Hahn, they're sprite, lightweight guys. And we're looking for Kennard. It just came through. And finally, we see Porcel now. And Porcel just knocked down the door of the top 10. And he's battling with his good buddy, Justin Marshall.
A little early to start talking about it, but I can't help but mention it. Looks good for Tomac in the overall.
Yeah, we're only about 5 minutes into this race, but 377 and Porcel is really going to have to work hard after winning Moto 1 to even get near the podium in Moto 2. And if he can't do that, he might just lose the whole darn overall race day. And you don't want the kid to win 2 in a row.
Yeah. I'm blown away.
Oh, Marcia! Not able to hang on to it. Good job to save it.
It's hard to ride a rut that's like 100 yards long, you know? It takes incredible balance, and he just got slightly off in that run right there. It was a good save. It takes some energy to do that, but he only lost one spot, and to a guy like Purcell, that you can maybe sort of mark for the rest of the race. Maybe he can latch on and follow Purcell. He's already making passes.
I was going to say, you know, he's going to the front. He just blows past Michael Willard and the Honda of Troy bike. Back to our leaders, Tomac and Wilson, not letting him go. And we're just getting started. Remember how much energy Tomac used in Moto 1? Will he be able to hold on this time in Moto 2? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Back to the action here in Texas. Jason Wigan, David Bailey, and Aaron Bates making the call. Jake Weimer, who's expected to be a title contender this year, went down on the first turn. That's going to make life tough on him. What does he need to do in this race today, David? Our Rocky Mountain keys to the race.
Well, right now he needs to pin it. But, you know,
yeah.
Coming into the race, I was thinking, you know, it hasn't gone quite as well as it did for Supercross. So trust your program, okay? It's going to come around. You needed to execute the start. Obviously, that didn't happen. But, you know, don't panic. The series will come around. A long ways to go. 21 more motos, including this one. And he didn't get his first win until Denver last year. Then he won the very next round at Red Bull. So he can come back. Certainly capable.
Yeah. Midway through the tour last year, really came alive. He is battling right now with the 61 of hits freeze for 18. Let's show you our progressive whole shot replay. First, we'll see who gets the lead, and then we'll see what happens to Weimer. No surprise out front.
Yeah, closing off Purcell, and then Tomac is just nailing those starts. And I have to think that, you know, in amateur racing, you see a bunch of guys that are piled up on the inside. Weimer, yeah, was stuck in there, and it looked like maybe Seeley was stuck there with him.
Yeah, so that's nearly a dead last start for Weimer. He's got his work cut out for him. Even just salvage some points and maybe get near the top 10. What do you see?
That was a cool line right there. Just that braking bump just popped everything. So he's, I don't see any sign of, especially on the throttle through there, the way he just rode that sweeper. I don't see him like going, yeah, that first moto took a lot out of me. I don't see any of that right now. But we got 20 minutes to go.
Well, unbelievable. Aaron, what are you hearing about the 243 down there in the pits?
Well, guys, Eli Tomac has got something a little bit different. The team bought an Enduro tank, which is an oversized gas tank. It's a little bit heavier, probably about half of a pound. But considering he's such a hard charger and he's always revving the engine, they were concerned about him running out of gas during a moto. So far, it hasn't been a problem, but they're taking every precaution necessary. So kind of neat. A different tank, definitely.
The bike's not getting around out of gas, and I'm not sure the rider is. He looks faster than ever right now.
He just went through that sand section as fast as anyone I've seen all day long. But just skimming the tops. He's got such good timing. You know, a lot of guys get sucked into wheeling over a certain bump, and then that means you're going to bounce all the way, the rest of the way through there. And he's got a really nice timing the way that he enters that section, which ones he decides to carry the front wheel over, which ones he decides to put the front wheel at the top of. It's working great so far.
You're watching Will Hahn on the 49 in 4th, and Trey Kennard in 5th on the 38. And Hahn a little bit lighter weight. He and his teammate Cole Seeley got their heads shaved after practice today. They came in and said, man, it's hot out there. So Sandy Yeager, who's one of the trainers out here, shaved their heads. So when their screens pop up, you see their picture pop up on the screen, that's when he had the long hair. But we'll actually show you he and Seeley dealing with the heat. There's a couple ways to do it. Here's a little bit about what it's like to race out here when it's so darn hot.
I think the local tracks are really good. They prep them well, they get rough, and I think it's the heat.
Mainly it's the heat. It's hot there during the summer. It's last year was one of the most unbelievable years. I went back right after Hangtown. I flew home and trained the week before there just to get acclimated to it because it's hot out here in California, but it's a different heat for sure. When you get there, it's